Okay, y'all, let's just jump right into this one. It's things in life. I know everyone wants to believe that everything that we see in this world is real. And I know y'all like, oh, here we go with this conspiracy stuff again. No, when I say real, I mean the way that it was meant to be, not what someone telling you it is. If you understand what I'm getting at. So, you know, I have came across a game that was created in 1995, and in this game it has these cards, and these cards is I have like almost 800 of them. But in the game sets, it's like they got a game set for like 500. I mean, not with like 540 some cards, and it's like if you look at it, it's like look at it. It's a lot of money for this card set. It's like $799, And I just so happened to come across the whole set plus more. I got like 700 and some, almost 800 cards. And as you look at these cards, remember what I just said to you, right? I just said that these cards, this set of information came out in 1994, 95, 94. And if you look at some of these cards, it's going to mess you up because this came out in 95 and some of the things that's happening right now have a card. I'm gonna show y'all the whole deck. I'm gonna make a whole. I'm gonna make a post or a playlist with all the cards that I have, and I'm gonna screenshot them all, and I'm gonna put them on one of these posts. But for now, I'm just gonna show y'all a few of these, cause dude, they tripped me out when I was looking at some of these. Just like, dang, dude, they was on something back then. Well, and the dude that actually made this, he was basically a protege of one of the guys that used to deal with the Illuminati. So he had a lot of info that he passed along to him, and when he passed, I think he ended up how I go. They might have passed some information on. But let's just get right into this, man. If you look at this, I ain't gonna put them in no kind of order. I'm just gonna show you and just trip you out a little bit. Okay, the first one I'm gonna show you is this one that don't it look like Jesus? Like they might have Jesus, like build some kind of robot android type miracle dude and have him be the Jesus supposed to be coming back. and look at this one, the lab explosion. Didn't the lab just explode recently? Like overseas or somewhere, I can't remember exactly, or in America, I don't know where it was, but a lab just recently blew up, and it was all over the news. I know that. I'm gonna move along. The martial law, y'all remember when Trump was in office and all that? It might be still going on now. When they got all these police and army people surrounding they got the big gate up around the White House, and they got all the army people out there patrolling, and you got to go your butt it's like a curfew and everything. I'm telling you. Now, if you look at this one, world hunger. You remember on TV when they used to always be like, for 10 cents a month, you could say little Dupree or whatever his little name is, and he always got like little flies around his nose and all that. Ain't that crazy? Another thing, the gay activists. Y'all been seeing that going along. The community, the LGB or whatever they call themselves, community Q, and all them. And then you see the convenience store. They on every corner, and they got all. And if you ever notice, everything that's majority in the convenience store is some overly processed stuff, from the stuff you drink, from the food they selling us in there, the candy, everything. Everything is like over processed. That's why convenience stores, it's a, you know how it go. And if you look at, I noticed one thing is when I was looking through these cars, they got a lot of cars with like countries on it. And if you look at all the ones that has countries, when I show you the set, you'll notice that they've been in the news. Like, they don't have all the countries, but the ones, the countries that they do have a card for, they in the news. They've been in the news sometime in our history. Everything. Let's get this out the way. This is, when I'm talking about these cars, I'm talking about that's dealing with America's history, that America done dealt with in some type of way, or the world, even the world that dealt with. They've been in our news for a reason. Canada got one. You know what I'm saying? You remember when the hackers came through? They was hacking people's stuff, getting information, stealing stuff from people. That's when they came through. When they they had a plan for the IRS before the IRS was even IRS. You got to remember this. Let me say this. When people own something, they actually got a business plan for how they want to see the years to come in the future of what they own. Like any other company around here, they got a business plan. They can tell you what they planning on being in the next 10 years. They can tell you what they planning on being in the next 20 years. Now, imagine owning a whole country. This reminds me of a business plan that someone turned into a game just to spike them or something. Well, we're going to keep it going. Look at this. The epidemic. You see this? The quarantine. It got the masks. It got the gloves. It got even the vaccine up there. It's kind of creepy. This came out in 95, man. Remember this. Look at the Pentagon. You remember the Pentagon was on fire? How the hell they knew the Pentagon was going to be on fire, man? Like, this is the stuff, this is the creepy stuff that creeped me out. When they show these cars that, because some of this stuff I wasn't around, or some of this stuff that I wasn't aware of because we didn't have internet or information to be able to research it like we could now. But how would he know the Pentagon would be on fire? Ain't that a little strange? And then we got the World War III going on. Is it coming up? Because they sure got a card for it. Then Israel, you remember? Israel was just in a war fighting over the country. Or their country, So you see what I mean by the country? When the countries pop up, they pop up and they've been in the news. You know what I mean? Now look at this, the war gamers. If you think about it, these war games have like took over. Like they that's all these kids playing. It's like, if you ever notice a video game is basically a simulation to basically train you to have a mentality to do something without questioning. Just like they use for airplane pilots. They have them play this video game like if it was a real live event, but it's an simulation. So it get them prepared for all the flying they will be doing when they get up there, because they do a lot of simulation work before they become a pilot, if you know what I mean. To move on, look at the Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton. They even got one in here I found. I don't have it in this little few I picked out, but they actually have a Monica Lewinsky one. And you notice right after the Monica Lewinsky thing, Hillary had Bill by the neck. Think about it. Even Brazil, look at Brazil. Brazil was just on fire recently, within a couple of years ago. Within these past years, Brazil was on fire, remember? Rainforest, and they was basically, the government of Brazil was basically selling it, so they was burning it up to get more money. Ain't that a little weird, dude? You know what I'm saying? He even got a Vegas card, so you already know they already had Vegas planned. They wanted somebody like they used the mobsters to act like they came up with it. So then they came and regulated it. But in reality, if they would have did it, then we would have looked at them in a different light versus someone else doing it, and then the ones you believe and trust come and regulate, and then you feel more comfortable because they came and regulated the bad idea or the idea that you would want to see. But if you follow what I'm saying, that's a slick way of doing something. Now here we go right here. Fast food chains. They everywhere. And if you notice, all their food is just like not good. If you eat their food for a week straight, you're gonna be in the hospital. And as we got movies to point that out. Next, look at the truckers. What? Look at this, dude. See, this is the type of stuff I'm talking about. Look at the truckers. That's what's going on right now. The truckers and their gas and all that. Look at that. The truckers on local on strike. See, this is stuff that killed me, man. And here we go again. Don't this dude look like the new little rappers? The little drug addict rappers? Because that's all they be seeming like they are. They always talk about how much drugs they popping and pill popping and all type of stuff they popping. Liquor stores. Liquor companies on every corner. There's a liquor store everywhere. Think about it. The KKK. You know, you remember when they had their little ring at one moment. The military massacre. They done did that to a lot of people when they didn't kill some innocent people and then just say, well, he's a terrorist, so it don't really matter that we got him. And if you see this one, back in the day, they used to have this thing on TV where you send in your inventions and all that, and all of a sudden, they end up owning more of your invention than you. And you the one came up with the idea. Now we back to this again. That's what happened too when Trump was in the march on Washington, when they was marching up there before they put the gates and stuff up. Look at the oil spill. When they was cleaning up all the animals. Remember they was showing the little commercials with the dishwashing liquid? They was using like Dove or something to clean the little animals off, and the little animal come out all fresh. See, look, they got the recording industry. See, all this was planned because they control it all. So when you control things, I can make what happen anything I want to. You know, it's just like being in your family's in your house. Let's say I'm gonna give y'all a prime example of a business plan for like a home. Let's say you get your kids new cell phones, and you so happy you got them cell phones, you just basically let them stay up as long as they want to, do whatever they want to, just as long as they get up, right? Let's say then they start going against your plan. Now you trying to get them up, they ain't really listening and all that. So you say, okay, I'm going to make a great reset. And the great reset, which is how they do things when they want to introduce something, a new way of doing things. They say, okay, now phones got to go away. I'm taking phones at 8 o'clock. That's the new way now. And this is what y'all got to do now from this point on. This is the new world order or the new house order. You know, you follow me. It's a new world order and it's a new house order. We do it all the time to our kids. We make them do things that we feel that is best for the house. Just like the governments. They do things, no matter how they do it, they do it the way that they feel would be easier for them to get people to abide by their rules. Okay, then we're going to move on a little faster right now. You see this? They got the daycare centers. Remember, daycare centers popped up. Hurricanes keep popping up. Because, you know what I'm saying, they can control the weather. Had got the Flat Earther Society. You know what I'm saying? It just popped up out of nowhere. Everybody Flat Earthers and stuff all of a sudden. Hollywood, when Hollywood popped up. The contract on America. You see that? Japan had a big tsunami recently, a couple years ago, right? Junk mail. Look at how they doing you. This is frustrating. This is to keep you frustrated. All that junk mail and all this stuff. You know, they even trying to say they got an earthquake projector. Look at that. International Weather Organization. NASA. See, look at this little fake moon, fake earth, fake all that. Ain't no telling what's going on. I don't know. don't nobody really know. Professional sports. Look at this one. The terrorists knew. Look at the Twin Towers. How he know the Twin Towers is going to get hit? Come on, man. Look, one blew up before the other one. How he know that one was going to be blew up before the other one was blown up? And this is the one that, and look at this one, the charismatic leader. When that Obama, that boy had so much charisma, it was ridiculous. And then this one, the one that I just cannot get over. I don't care what nobody say, dude. That look just like Trump. And I got a picture to show you that this Trump, dude. And he say this, enough is enough. And that's how his presidential attitude was when he was in office. So I'm just to let y'all know, just to show y'all this. This is some of the things that I got. So I'm going to be making another one. And I'm going to be putting these cards in order and try to make some sense of it. And I'm going to look up some things and see what these cards are really saying. If it sees any connections and sees any. I have found connections to a lot of them, but I need to do them all. So stay tuned to part 2, and I'll see y'all later. Love to all, and to all, spread the light.